Well, it's January 24th, 2026. All right, I'm still doing a few more stories about family members due to my sister passing away on the 7th of December, 2025. And this is about one of my nieces. Okay. Um, she's my brother's daughter, so that makes her a niece. But she's married to this person Portuguese, so she's half Portuguese, half Italian. I'm allowed to say stuff like that. But her father's Italian, so it'll go more to Italian, and she has the same last name as myself. So she's living with us here at the farm. I'm allowed to say that too. And when my sister passed away, just before that, some people have gifts and abilities, and most of my siblings and my nieces and nephews all will have gifts. If they practice and they work on them, then they can achieve goals with them as well. Now, how do you tell if someone has a gift? Well, if you get one thing right, maybe it's just a lucky guess or something like that. You get two things right, maybe a coincidence, and this happened again. But you get three things right, then there's something there. And you should investigate it to find out if there's any abilities. And if you do have them, God wants you to use your gifts for the better and to increase your life and make things better for yourself as well and other people, because you can help when you have these kind of things. So, what ended up happening with this situation was about 3 years ago from today or something like that. I was going to see her, and she had a friend with her, which was her third cousin, makes it my second cousin, and we have thousands of cousins if you keep going down the line, fourth or fifth or sixth cousins here in Canada and here in Italy and other parts of the world as well. But anyway, I told her, I says, the lady that was beside her is pregnant. And she goes, no, no, she's not. And then the person that we're talking about, my brother's niece, she's also the firstborn in her family, and there's two children, a girl and a boy. Just to let you know when you watch the video if the person knows who I'm talking about, because I'm not allowed to say a name. So anyway, as it goes, I left the situation, and I knew I was right. And sure enough, 9 months later, approximately, she had a baby. I was wrong about the sex, though. Sometimes that happens. And so again, when this happens, when I'm doing a little prediction on an individual, if you have a witness, then that person proves that you have a gift. Now, I have thousands of witnesses, but that's me. But the witness also will be gifted because she knows or he knows that something is there, and it'll trigger a little spot in their mind or something. I don't know where it is, but it just will tell you something, and it'll start to help you. And when the witness is more than one time, because in another individual, and this one would be my niece, actually her brother's wife. And I told her again that this lady is pregnant. And she said, no, no, no. Because some of these people who get pregnant and stuff like that want to tell their family members, the ones that they love, their father and mother on both sides, I'm just an uncle at that time or a cousin. So they wouldn't want me to know. Then I would tell everybody and they'd be like, oh my God, it's no more of a surprise, which is understandable. But again, my niece was a witness. Now, she's predicted a couple things in the past before, too, but nothing that could be substantialized, nothing that could be put in concrete, but that changes. So, the first time this situation changes with my niece is my sister passes away. It's on the 7th of the 12th month on a Sunday. That's a pretty significant day. So we go see my niece and we talk to her and everything. And she's communicating with one of her first cousins that's out of town. And she's trying to get her to come quickly because she has some information that nobody else has. Because we're thinking of the funeral being in 7 to 10 days, even 12 days. That's usually how they do funerals. But she says, no, it's going to be on the 12th day of the 12th month. That's only 5 days. Because she died on the 7th. The 12th is only 5 days. That's kind of rare, and there's usually no time for the places that you go that can do it that fast. And plus, you want people to come in out of town to come to the funeral. But she was insistent that this was going to happen. And also, with this situation, when she's predicted stuff to me in the past, it was just me and her, no witnesses. This time, my nephew of my oldest sister, sorry, I was going to say daughter, my oldest sister's boy and the oldest nephew in the family was there when she made the prediction, my niece. And I was like, okay, wow, this is a crazy prediction because she's going against the grain. She's going to make a prediction that's pretty hard to make, that usually is not going to be able to happen. And I go, wow. And then as time went on, we also couldn't find a spot for her to put my sister in a mausoleum, because that's where she would like to go. That's around the same area as my mother, or close even. But there was nothing available. And again, my niece, with the same witness as my nephew, said, no, she's going to get a spot right in the mausoleum close to where your parents are. Well, I said, no, there's no spots there. And she goes, someone will cancel. And I said, wow, she's really going against the grain here. But sure enough, both things happened. The funeral was on the 12th of the 12th month of the 12th day in 25. And someone canceled on the mausoleum spot that they wanted, and we were able to get it for my sister. That is two crazy predictions that were made against the grain. Once, twice, three times. So after passing away and everything like that, and I'm driving my car, and I'm going, we live on a farm, and we have like 3 entrances, and we have a hill to come up to the second floor, so that way we don't have to take the stairs or stuff like that, and it's easy access, and so I'm going up the hill, and I get stuck. So you got to understand, I'm on an angle like this, and I happened to hit a tree too, because I was spinning and then hit backwards, blah blah blah. Plus, maybe I wasn't paying attention as much as I should due to my grief towards my sister passing away. But anyway, my niece was walking her dog, and this is a connection that's very rare. She sees me that I'm stuck, and she goes, can I push you out? And she weighs 120 pounds at the most, and she also has injuries and problems with herself. I says, you're going to hurt yourself, and you're never going to be able to push me out of this. I'm on a hill, and I'm stuck, and it's all snow and ice. It's horrible. And she goes, no, I'm going to try. I said, okay, you know what? Make her feel good. Let her try to do this. She gets behind the car, and she pushes. And all of a sudden, I get this boost of power, and I'm out of there. I don't know, maybe my sister's spirit went into my niece, and there was 2 of them, and my sister was very, very strong. She could lift 2 of those big gallons of, the water jugs, or whether 5, 10 gallons, 15, 20 gallons, I don't know how much it is. She lifted both of them and carried them upstairs, a flight of stairs. So I'm thinking maybe the spirit went in my niece and pushed her. That'll be the 3rd time that in a situation where she went against the grain and made something happen. So, I know all my nieces and nephews will be gifted. And I know my brothers and sisters are too. But they need to practice if they're going to want to ensure their abilities to work for them to the best of their abilities. That doesn't mean they're just gifted in the psychic part. They could be gifted in many different ways. And I've explained that before. But anyway, that's my story about my niece. And a tribute to my sister as well, because I miss her a lot. And I know that I have a gift and God wants me to use it. And I'm going to use it to the best of my ability. That's Birdy's story. And don't forget, my nephew was a witness 2 or 3 times on these situations. So that means he's got a gift too. And how well he uses his as well as much as the next person should. And my niece, I told her that she should use her gifts and to do the best she can with them. Because that's what I know God wants from everybody is to do the best they can with what He's given us. Thank you. Bye.